Hi everybody, and welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, that's Jack.
Hello everybody, once again.
And today we're going to be doing kind of a down home thing, but we actually lucked out and got killer price on some chicken thighs. So we're going to do that, and we're going to oven bake it, which is really nice, especially if it's like raining and you can't grill outside. So it's going to be like a barbecue chicken thighs thing, which is great. We're going to saute some peas, and we're just going to do some basic ranch style beans. So let's go ahead and get to it. So yeah, this is all the stuff we're going to need. We're going to be doing the chicken, which is like a main important thing. We were able to get this for like $5. It's chicken thighs, and it was like what, 5 pounds of chicken. It was really good. Find it like one of those things to just shop around. You're going to want spices if you want to spice anything up. We use a few things, and then barbecue sauce. Have to have any kind of barbecue sauce. If you make your own, that's more expensive. We just get the bottle stuff. You can get it super cheap. Then we got a couple cans of peas and beans, but we don't have labels, so we're guessing. And a little bit of onion and 2 tablespoons of butter for your peas. And then just 2 things branched out beans and just a little bit of stuff. Maybe some spices if you need it. So, start out. You want to go ahead and set your oven to 425. This is what we ended up setting it to. So let that preheat while you're doing the rest of this stuff. Alright, so once you get that done, you need to prep your chicken. So we got one of these cookie sheet things, and we already covered it with aluminum foil because that helps to clean up. You can see it's cookie sheet. Just, nothing up our sleeves. But it always helps because it's going to have a lot of oil and stuff coming off these because we're leaving the skin on. So we get that down, and then you don't want it. Where's our chicken? There it is. Okay. Lost the chicken for a second. Ran away. And then you don't remember, you got a chicken hand and you got your spice hand. You don't want to cross-contaminate because you have to clean it. Now, we use this spray-on oil stuff. Just give it a few quick squirts. You can use that, or I think it's olive oil in a can that you use, or the name brand stuff. Or you can get just the butter you have and just give it a little rundown, so it's got a little oil on the bottom, so the chicken doesn't stick. You lose a lot of skin that way, and that's my father said that's the best part of the chicken.
Yeah, that's why your seasoning is. It doesn't really penetrate.
Well, if you got a syringe and you tie it off like heroin, you can totally do that. You gotta shoot up with your chicken first. And then use your chicken hand to play these out. Like I said, they don't have to be directly on top of it. We're going to use a couple of different types of seasoning, so we're kind of spacing them out. So make sure to lay those out. Now remember, you're working with raw chicken. Like, try not to be touching everything and contaminating everything in your kitchen. You have to scrub it all down. You see I screw up and use both my hands right there. So, damn it, now it's time to go wash my hands. So go do that. Be sure to wash your hands. Make sure to don't dry your hand on the nice towel for the ladies' kitchen. All right, don't tell nobody I did that, okay? All right. Let's put that back over here. Hope nobody notices. And we're back to chicken. Okay. So, you got your chicken all laid out. You got your pan oil. So you want to spice. So you got your chicken hand. You got your spice hand. Just don't touch it or you have to wash it again. That lady's going to get mad with our towel. So I think the first thing we use is the seasoned salt. Just light, but remember, again, it's salt. So just a light coat on it. Again, don't have to do too much. We're going to use like a buffer chickens here, and then we're going to do the other ones over here. Now this one will actually name drop. Like this is the Tony Sachery stuff. This is more spice, which is great because it's, we're Texas, we're close enough to Louisiana where some of it spills over the border and into our food. So I like this stuff. So but again, it's got a lot of salt content in it too. So just a light coat. We put it on the bottoms too. Flip it over, get both sides. And it's not just all on the chicken. Kind of an equivalent of shooting up, I guess.
Yep.
We got to get a druggie on here to explain some of our references. It doesn't make sense. And then our buffer chickens were just light salt and pepper, just S&P on them a little bit. There's a lot of salt in these. I just now noticed that.
Yeah. Too much salt.
But now, don't screw up and do like most people do and put on the barbecue sauce now. You're going to let it cook for a while, and then we'll put that on later. So, you got your oven preheated. So it's set. You can cover it or don't cover it. It depends on how crispy you want the tops. But we just leave it uncovered, a little crispy. So we go ahead and throw it in the oven. Yay!
30 minutes later.
So, with our peas, we're going to saute peas. Now, if you find one of these plastic cutting board things, these things are magic. Find these things, are great. So, you just want a little bit of onion because we're going to saute these peas. And fresh onion is best. You can use, like the canned stuff or the dried stuff. We're only using a little bit of this. I don't want to show you what I learned at Vegas on how to, deal cards. I don't go to Vegas. It's like, I'm horrible with this. Now, just cut these up as chopped up as you want, as fine or as big. Now, I do this because I remember Crom with his finger Love you, Big Dad. He cut the end of his finger off. He'll tell you about that later, probably in the comments. Now, these cans, we try to open our peas, and as I was cutting, I realized it was really orange. So
That is not peas.
That is not peas. That is beans. So we're going to cook those anyway. So let's put them over here. So with the labelless cans, you get them for cheaper, but you're playing roulette and having to guess with whoever wrote them on the top. If you get them from like food pantries and stuff like that, they always do that. Like this, I think is marked with a P and marked with a B. Not sure. But let's go ahead and open it. I worked the can opener all by myself like a grown-up kid.
I think he's learning how to
No,
do it.
as soon as I saw these, I instantly wanted boba. I wanted bubble tea, man. But it smelled like peas and I almost threw up. I'm not a fan of peas. So, your beans, these are really easy in Texas. If somebody says beans, you're going to get these ranch-style beans, right? Unless you get those, the Mortal Kombat character ones. What are they called? The Bo Rai Chow beans? Baracho beans. That's what we're talking. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Wow, Mortal Kombat did drop this week. Okay, so yeah, just put these and go ahead and put them in here and then heat them up. They're already cooked, so you're good. You just need them warm. Now, if you're going to put any extra spice or anything, be sure to scrape everything out of the can. You always have a couple of hideaways, and that's what cats and raccoons get their heads stuck in the cans for. So be sure to scrape all that out. But if you're going to do any kind of seasoning, now's the time. Throw in some jalapeno stuffs, garlic, because that's what we like. Little onion, because we put onions in everything. Because when you pour, that's really all the fresh vegetables you can afford.
Pretty much.
And put those in there. Cover it, put it on low heat, let it simmer this entire time. Now we got our chopped onion, we got our peas. We had to drain the peas. Don't leave the liquid in there. Like, make sure.
Oh,
these
pea
are
water, no.
Yeah. No, it's just straight pea. Is what we call it in this case. So you got your beans over here. You got to get the fire to start. So just put that on just low. Cover it. Let it sit. Give it a stir every now and then so everything's warmed up universally. Now you got your thing here. Put it on medium to medium high, which is our favorite setting on this stove, at least.
Yeah.
Let it get warmed up, and then you got the 2 tablespoons of butter we were talking about earlier. I think we talked about it like half a second. It says "but" on the paper. I thought that was funny. And take it and spread that flavor all over the bottom of here. You can use 2 or 3. I think we ended up adding a 3rd tablespoon later just because we had so many peas in it. But go ahead and put the onions in there a little bit early. Let them break down a little bit. Not much. Just let that heat up, and when we get back to it, you'll see that they're actually cooking down a little bit in the butter. But that's a lot of butter. We thought it was too much until we added the peas. Now, universally, you want fresh peas because, they're not mushy, which is my main drawback from peas, other than the taste and the texture and the color. It's the fact that they're mushy.
Oh.
So be sure to get all your peas out and then put them in there. Now, again, you can add a little salt and pepper to these. Be careful when you're stirring them, because these are canned ones, so they're mushy. Like, they're not like fresh peas, which are kind of more solid.
You don't want to pop them.
Yeah. So just a little salt and pepper on there to try to hide the flavor of the peas. I don't know, we're annoying people that are big fans of peas.
We really don't like peas.
But you eat what you can afford when you're broke. So this is what we're making. Like I said, you get them in here and they're just fresh out of the can. They're already cooked. You just got to heat them up, right? But you got to be careful when you stir them because, yeah, they mush. That's just, I got pea goo on me. That's just, So just give it a light stir. Use a plastic or wooden spoon. Nothing metal on the skillet again, because that's it. No stick stuff, right? Now you can kind of see where it's starting to kick in here. We added a little bit of butter just to try to make sure it's all covered, because we'd rather have butter flavor than pea flavor. I instantly thought of a golden shower. Don't Google that, Dad. Leave that up. Okay, so might have to edit that. So now you see that it's starting to get a little squishy here, like squishier, just by sitting in the pan and break it down because it's getting sauteed. So go ahead and turn the heat off. Cover it. If you don't have one of these covers, just a plate will work. Just put it on top, remove it from heat. There's our new fangled graphics. In your face and stuff. So there's your chicken. Alright, so it should be close to getting cooked. You have a thermometer, you want to check it or whatever. Don't use a rectal one. Just get a meat thermometer and check it. As long as it's 160, you should be fine. Now we got this artificial inseminator tube here to suck out all this grease. If you don't have one of those, you can get one of those snot sucker things for kids that you can get for free at the hospital. And that'll work too. And then now is where you put your barbecue stuff on. It's almost all the way cooked. It should be a 160, 165.
165.
Right. And you You pull it out because we're going to put it back in. So you want it as close to done as you can. And then just using that, put the barbecue sauce all over it, top, bottoms. Use a fork to pick it up, put it on the bottom if you can. Put it back in for another 10 minutes, and then bam, barbecue chicken where it's not burnt barbecue sauce on the outside. Which is growing up, not a lot of people around me did.
Everyone burned it every
after
time.
That, like, just plate it and you're there you go. There you go. You got your barbecue chicken, your red style beans, and sauteed peas, which are a fancier way to do those. They turn out really good. Sorry if we sound tired, man. We're just, doing this voiceover stuff in our underwear. We were up watching Endgame last night, which was awesome. No spoilers, not going to spoil it. But the thing with yeah, that was awesome. I enjoyed that part.
Yeah,
but
it was amazing.
That one part was sad, but I didn't want to talk about it. Yeah, so that's the barbecue baked chicken that we were going to do, right? So we got that done, and it cost like $9. It feeds anywhere between 2 and 8 people at least once. The 2 people multiple times, so it cost us about, like I said, like $8-9. Super cheap. It's one of those things, keep an eye out for a sale. So there you have it. Came through with minimal burns to myself and only a few burnt taste buds, so we're good. That way I can't taste the peas. So from now on, you can see us at Tuesdays and Fridays here on YouTube, Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can find us on Facebook at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen, or on Instagram at Living Between. You can also find us on Patreon if you want to help us out over there. We'd really much appreciate it. Shout out to all our patrons. And we're over there at Living Between Paychecks as well. And if not, we'll see you back here on Tuesdays and Fridays.